I'm Eden.
Nice to meet you, Eden.
Thanks for including and thinking about me. I am not the best at...
Oh, it's nothing.
This isn't going to be easy for me to say, so please bear with me.
Of course.
Which ones are you gonna sign up for? Chess, debate, art, botany, maybe?
I'll go ahead and stop you there.
Everything is my fault then. This whole argument. Okay, everything. Should I just blame it on my inexperience due to my memory loss?
Yeah, maybe you should. I feel like it gets in the way of everything. I hate this. I totally hate this.
Look, Zoe, it's not like...
Don't go listing off all the possibilities. I don't want to hear them.
Kay's right, cuz it's not like we could do anything to stop Eden.
Yeah, but we're her friends, Finn. We should be there with her, facing the unknown, helping her through the hard times.
But this is extremely personal for her, Zoe. I mean, we don't even know where they were going.
Exactly. We're not going to know unless we leave now.
What?
What exactly are you suggesting?
Yeah?
They left not even 5 minutes ago. We still have time to catch up and at least talk to Eden again.
But how and why?
Simple. You've got your license, right, Finn?
What? Well, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, but...
So you can drive us.
I see multiple variables that aren't...
Kay, look, Eden's our friend, right?
Right.
So we need to be there for her. We all know Eden. She's head of her life, what with her memory loss. And now these weird flashbacks she's having. We need to prove to her that we're there for her. More like I have to prove to her. I still feel awful about the way I treated her a couple of days ago.
Zoe, I don't know about...
Please? Look, Kay, if you don't want to come,
No, you were right about one thing. Eden's my friend too. And, well, I'm not about to let you go off and do something stupid.
Finn, what do you say?
Only, just promise me that...
I just want to talk to her. We can all talk to her. And at least try to convince her again to bring us.
Whoa, okay, hold on. What? How are we going to explain the parental units?
I've got everything covered. Trust me. Now we gotta get going before they leave town.
Zoe, this is Echo Valley. They've probably already cleared the city limits.
You got that right.
I feel like everything's moving so fast. First everything with Kimberly and the vandalism at school, and then my flashbacks and now this. My flashbacks match up with what Mom told me. Finally. I'm still kind of upset that she lied to me for so long, but what? Well, she was trying to protect me from our past, but I feel like it just caused more problems. And now we're heading to the facility of... what was it called again?
Okay, that should be enough to get us there. Maybe not back, but we can always stop on the way and...
Mom?
Yes, Eden?
I know you sort of explained everything to me before, but there are still some things I don't understand. Some things that...
I see. No, I understand. I was sort of panicking when you confronted me like that, and it's still hard to talk about. Everything that went down, it still feels like it happened just yesterday.
But where did it all start?
Well, I suppose about 17 years ago, when I married your father. He'd already been working for the Scarlet Society at the time.
So, the Scarlet Society...
Yes, they're a scientific research group. I might as well add reclusive to that list as well. Chris, your father, He and I never really understood how they found him in the first place. Only that your father had exceptional skills in the scientific experimentation field, especially when it came to studying viruses and diseases. For the first couple of years, he simply worked from home or made trips to the local labs to do his work and experiments. But it was shortly after you were born that they asked him to move out to their facility. That way he'd be in the labs and communications would be easier. Your dad and I saw no problem with doing so. But his side of the family, right from the start, basically shunned him when he went to work for the Scarlet Society. And my parents didn't really care any less about what we did, sadly. So just short of your first birthday, we moved out to their complex. It was a complicated and strange environment, of course, but we quickly got used to it. I stayed in our living quarters with you while he worked in the lab wing.
Okay, but how?
It gets complicated from here. For the first several years, we had no problems whatsoever. Sure, the Scarlet Society banned communication to the outside world, but what relations wanted to communicate with us anyway? We were happy where we were. Just the three of us. I should have noticed the signs, though. Your dad was constantly working late nights, coming back exhausted and tired. He seemed to be confused about one of his projects. Also, the society asked me to help with some bookkeeping, which kept me busy as well. The busyness meant both of us didn't... It all started when you came down with a terrible flu. It was really horrible. Very bad. We brought you to the physician stationed at the facility, but she wasn't quite sure what was wrong. She prescribed a few things and antibiotics, but none of it really helped. Thankfully, after a week or two, you began to get better. But you were only back to yourself for a few days before you were plagued with another type of disease. Not as bad as that flu, but still a cold nonetheless. Your father and I were beginning to really worry. Dad began to do some more experiments, only this time for you. Mainly because at that point, you were in a never-ending cycle of sickness and viruses. But it wasn't until a couple of months passed that he found out that...
It's okay, Mom. I'm still here, and...
It's just hard to talk about. You need to know this. Your father found out that the Scarlet Society had been using his experiments on you. Somehow, some way, they managed to either get it into your food rations or with things you were given. Or... I hate how everything happened. It really is my fault. If I'd been watching and more observant, I would have seen the signs. And...
It's okay, Mom.
It's not okay. Anyway, a day hadn't even passed after he told me before the society locked him up.
Wait, what?
Dad was never supposed to learn of their trickery, Eden. But because he did, they couldn't risk the truth coming out, that they'd experimented on a human. So they basically locked him up in the lab to continue experimenting and to keep us from him.
That's terrible.
It gets worse. They didn't trust me either after that. They locked me up as well, only in one of their holding cells instead. They forced me to continue my bookkeeping. But
what about...
Then they took you, Eden. They took you away. Continued to experiment on you. They figured since that they did it once, why not do it again? I don't even know half the stuff that they did to you. I don't even want to think.
Mom, it's okay. I'm okay. Everything will be okay.
I know, Eden. It's still so hard.
Hey, remember what you told me? About the hard situations and difficult times?
I don't even know how I managed to say all that. I feel like I've been so detached ever since the drive. I've been trying to forget about everything, to let it go, to stay focused on keeping this new life on track that... I'm sorry if I've seemed distant every now and then. It's hard balancing everything and trying not to think about what your father did to allow us to escape.
I am wondering, what really happened to Dad? My memories indicate that he didn't die a long time ago, and your story backs that up.
He didn't. Well, honestly, he sacrificed himself so that we could flee. So technically, he died. He sacrificed himself a little over a month ago.
Oh, wow, I didn't...
It was a whole mess. But with him doing it allowed us to escape, along with the help of our government contact.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Well, I suppose we'll have to start there. It was about a year ago after I first made contact with him. It was by accident. We'd been in our state of imprisonment for about 8 years. At that point, your father and I had pretty much given up. By then, the society had relaxed a bit on us, so we'd been able to develop a secret messaging system in between my computer and the one that he used in the lab. But that was literally all we could do.
Then, how did you meet your contact?
Well, I had been doing my normal bookkeeping duties. Despite the Scarlet Society locking us up, they still wanted me to do all their filing. I've been going over their recent files and messages as usual when a new message popped up. I instantly realized that the message coding was very different from the Society's, and I was intrigued. Long story short, the person making contact was a man in the government agency named Matthew. Surprisingly, our family had started to worry the whereabouts of your father and I. For the past couple of years, they've been trying to track us down. It was only when this guy Matthew, who'd been working on a case related to finding the Scarlet Society, picked up on our situation and worked to track us down.
Wow, okay.
With the agency's help, your dad and I formulated an escape plan. Only, this was still the Scarlet Society. They'd be ready to do anything. They'd be prepared to do anything. Except, perhaps, your father sacrificing himself.
How'd he do it?
The facility ran on a unique power core, one that powered the entire place and its machinery. However, if sabotaged, the result were devastating.
You're saying that Dad...
Yes. He purposefully sabotaged the core to cause unnecessary distraction. Amidst the chaos, the government agency was able to swoop in and rescue you and me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad...
With the task he fulfilled, there was no hope for survival. Before doing it, he told me it was his way of saying sorry, his way of trying to make it up to you.
Oh. It's insane. It's all insane. How did this all happen? It all seems so unreal.
I am so sorry, honey. We need to get going. With the schedule that Matthew gave me, we need to stay on track to ensure nothing happens. He has insisted that the Scarlet Society abandon the facility hours after the power core's explosion. But we need to be careful.
Oh, okay. What are me and Mom driving into? What am I going to find at this facility? What memories are going to resurface? What emotions are going to rise again? How will this define me now? Will I find the answers I'm looking for?
They're leaving the gas station, hurry! Why is this thing so slow?
'Cause it's a beat-up truck. What'd you expect?
I don't know, something faster?
This thing is a wreck.
Cheapest thing I could find using my paychecks from the diner.
We're never going to keep up with them.
Sure we will. Besides, all we have to do is get their attention, right? right?
Yeah, but how? Are we just gonna speed in front of them and cut them off, or?
Knowing Zoe, she probably brought a megaphone.
No, I didn't. Don't be ridiculous.
You're the one who wants to tail the Delairs and stop Eden from doing.
I'm not stopping her. I just want to talk to her.
But we did like 15 minutes ago before they left.
Yeah, but Eden didn't seem like... She didn't seem like herself. And that worries me.
This is Eden we're talking about. She has a rough life. What, with her memory loss?
Yeah, which, by the way, Kay, when did you...
Well, Eden told me yesterday, actually, when I found her in the woods when she ran off. But I wasn't too surprised. I caught signs of her memory loss over the past couple weeks.
Oh, okay. Eden must really trust Kay if she told her. Maybe I can trust Kay a little more too.
By the way, what did you guys tell your parents?
What?
I left a note saying I was going to be hanging with Zoe for the day.
Same, only vice versa.
Well, I left a note telling them I was going to be doing some studying at the library to prepare for an upcoming history test and maybe meeting up with some friends.
Oh.
Does this thing go any faster?
Look, I don't want to push it too much.
We gotta stay with him, Finn.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm sorry, but how do we feel about lying to the parental units?
We're not lying. I mean, technically I am spending the day with Finn.
Still, cuz, I don't feel good about this.
Same.
Look, I'm sure this is just a day trip sort of thing. We'll be back in time.
What if Finn's parents notice his truck is gone?
Oh.
They're at the diner. They won't notice.
But what if this isn't a day trip? What if this...
Where on earth could they be going? It's gotta be somewhere nearby.
I don't know. Mrs. Delairs was packing the car like...
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Why can't we tell our parents?
Wait, what?
I mean, at least tell them we're going with the Delairs or something.
Are you really suggesting us telling them Eden's secret?
Not necessarily, just... I don't know. I just don't like this. I feel like we weren't thinking when we jumped into this and...
Yeah, I got that right.
Look, let's just focus on talking to Eden right now.
Yeah. By the way, what are we going to say?
Not we. What is Zoe gonna say?
What am I? Well, I don't know. Just try to convince her that we're here and we can...
Zoe, remember the thing about personal space?
I know, but...
What are they doing?
I don't know.
What should I do?
You're positive it's them.
Yep, I can clearly see them trying to duck down under the dashboard.
What do you want to do?
Let me quickly talk to them.
Are they moving again? Can we...
Guys, Eden sees us.
Why on earth were you trying to hide under the dash?
Panic moment, okay?
Guys, she's trying to get it to come out. She wants to talk.
Really?
What on earth are you guys doing here?
I
told you guys to stay back in Echo Valley. Now we're at least an hour out now. Why did...
Eden, I was serious when I said we wanted to come with you. We want to be there for you.
But you guys even...
As much as I want to disagree with Zoe and her methods, we want to help Eden. We get it if you truly want to face whatever it is you're facing on your own, but...
We're still your friends, Eden. And friends want to be there for each other.
I can't possibly ask you guys to come with us. It's too dangerous.
Eden, we'll be fine. Besides, even if there is any so-called danger, safety in numbers, right?
You don't understand. If they knew my past, if they knew what I knew, would they still want to come?
Eden, you don't have to face whatever this is you're facing on your own.
Yeah,
We're here for you, Eden.
I'm sorry, but what are you kids doing here? We're over an hour outside of Echo Valley. Why were you guys following?
Mom, can we talk for a sec?
Fine. But let's make it quick. We're going to be behind schedule at this point.
Mom, they want to come with us.
Come with us? What? Are they crazy?
They're my friends, Mom, and apparently they've convinced themselves that they can handle this.
What about that Kate girl? Does she?
Yes, she knows. I forgot to tell you. I told her about my amnesia yesterday. I trust her, Mom.
All right. But even then, we can't just bring them with us, Eden. We're going to be gone for a few days, possibly a week. Their parents?
What if we told their parents?
What?
What if we told their parents the truth? About us, about our past, about me.
Eden, you're asking the impossible.
I know, and I understand if you want to drive them back. But honestly, I would like them there, Mom. I've come to rely on them so much over the past month. I really do trust them. You always told me that you had to make sure you trusted the person before telling them. Well, do you trust Zoe's parents? Finn's? I know you're close with Zoe's mom.
Joyce has become a close friend. But Eden, I don't know.
Please, Mom? At least call them? Explain a few things? Try to...
All right. I'll think about it. But no matter what, your friends are going to have to follow us. We can't leave them out here in the middle of nowhere. But we certainly can't stop and wait any longer. We're already behind the schedule that Matthew gave me.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mom.
Again, I haven't said yes at all, but...
But I know you're considering it.
You're going to have to tell them everything, Eden.
I know. That time will come.
Does she look mad, or...
I don't think she's mad, Zoe.
Well, we haven't reached a complete answer, but you guys are going to follow us for a while in Finn's truck.
Wait, seriously?
Watch it, young lady. I'm still going to be calling each of your parents to explain what's going on. Don't think that I didn't consider the fact that you possibly lied to them.
Right. We understand, Miss Delairs, but thank you.
I really do want you guys to come with us, but it's really up to my mom at this point, and we can't afford to wait around any longer, so...
It's okay, Eden. We get it. We'll continue to follow in Finn's pickup.
Assuming it'll make it as far as we're going.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure how long the trip is going to be yet.
Wonderful. Well, in that case, shouldn't we get back on the road?
Well said, Kay. Well said. Let's go, everyone. Eden, I'm going to call the rest of the parents. You and the others get settled into the rooms.
Sounds good, Mom.
So, any idea on how far we're going yet?
Well, we're just over the state line now.
Yeah, I don't even know how long I've been driving for. Seriously.
Almost 4 hours.
Seriously?
Yep.
I don't think we have much further to go. My mom said maybe another hour or so, but we're stopping for the day. Also, just in case you guys...
Right. I really hope things work out, Eden. I want to be there for you.
Yeah, same. But like I said, it's not like we're going to some cute town we used to live in.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. You kept saying that where we're going is dangerous.
What do you possibly mean by that?
Well, here goes nothing. Hopefully they don't freak out. Well, I should probably start off by saying my mom told me about our past. And, well, that's where we're heading now. So I can see this place, and hopefully all my memories will connect.
I'm sorry, Eden. Wow, that's a lot for someone to go through.
Way crazier than I expected, that's for sure.
So let me get this straight. You were experimented on by this reclusive scientific research organization that your dad worked for called the Scarlet Society?
After he was imprisoned by them, yes.
That's crazy.
If you don't mind me asking, do you know what they experimented on you for?
No, I don't. I don't think my mom knows either. I also haven't been able to tell through my flashbacks.
So those were flashbacks that you were telling me about?
Yes, they were. I still can't connect them all together to fill in the gaping hole, if that makes sense.
No, I get it. I feel awful. This entire time Eden's been going through this. Then I had to go and yell in her face and make a big deal about her amnesia. What kind of friend am I?
This is why I didn't want you guys to follow me. From what my mom has said, the Scarlet Society is a really dangerous group. Yes, she said that the facility's been abandoned, but I ultimately don't know what we're going to face in there.
Eden, we're here for you. We want to be there for you. You're our friend, Eden. In my opinion, a friend worth fighting for. And if fighting for you means dealing with the shady organization and going head to head with danger, then you know what? I'm in.
We're all in.
We'll go to the ends of the earth for you, Eden. I'm willing to.
What did I ever do to deserve you guys?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You never had to, Eden.
Sandra! Hi! I thought you and Eden were...
On the road? Yes, we were. However, we ran into some setbacks.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you guys can sort those out.
Well, Joyce, in all honesty, I think you're the one who will be sorting them out.
Me? Sandra, whatever are you talking about?
It has to do with your daughter Zoe, and nephew Finn, and, well, Kayla Edwards.
Sandra? I'm confused. Zoe and Finn are hanging out for the day, and what do you...
Joyce, allow me to enlighten you with what's really going on, both Zoe and Finn, and why we left town all of a sudden.
Well, all right.
I'd suggest you sit down, if you're not already. I've quite the story for you. And that's why we left town so quickly. Eden wanted to see this place, and my government contact gave the okay, so... Joyce? Joyce? Are you still there?
Yes? I'm still here. Just processing all this.
I'm sorry, Joyce. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. It's a sensitive information. If I'm being honest, my contact told me not to tell anyone unless I really trusted them. And even then, I wasn't sure if you'd believe me.
What makes you think I won't believe you?
Well, it sounds far-fetched, doesn't it?
It sounds crazy and horrific, that's for sure. But Sandra, I want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry you and Eden had to go through all that. Especially Eden. It's so hard to comprehend that that's something that actually happened. It's revolting.
It is. It truly is. But that being said, it's also the reason why Zoe, Finn, and Kay followed us. They all wanted to be there for Eden, and I think Eden would appreciate their support as well.
I see. How long do you think you'll be gone?
Perhaps a week? We just crossed the state line and only have a couple of hours left until we reach the facility. And like I said, the government agency I'm in contact with has been monitoring the place. It's been abandoned for about a month now. My contact even assured me that they'll be sending out some agents out at the end of the week for some security purposes.
Oh, that's reassuring. You know what? I'm all right with Zoe being there. Yes, I'm going to have a talk with that young lady about how she lied, and I can assure you she'll be receiving punishment of some kind when she gets home. But after hearing your past, I want Zoe to be there for your daughter. I never told you, Sandra, but Zoe has been so different since befriending Eden. She seems more confident and enthusiastic. And if your daughter helped bring out those traits in her, then the least that I can do is allow Zoe to be Eden's emotional support.
Oh, thank you, Joyce. I really appreciate that. I'm sure Eden will too. However, I still need to work things out with your sister Lillian and Kay's parents.
Don't worry, Sandra. I'll explain some things to them and put in a good word for you. I'm sure they'll understand. And I'm sure they'll feel better knowing government agents will be there as well.
Thank you so much, Joyce. You've been a great friend to me as well since moving to Echo Valley. Thank you for understanding.
Of course, Sandra. You know we people on Memory Lane have to stick together.
Absolutely.
One thing, though. I'd like to speak to the kids, if that's all right.
Of course. Let me go find them.
Hey, Eden, can I talk to you for a sec?
Yeah, sure. Is something wrong?
Oh, no, Actually, yes. At least to me.
Oh, is it about the trip? If you're having second thoughts...
No, I want to come with you, Eden. More than anything. After hearing about your past and what you've been through, it made me feel even worse.
Made you feel... What are you talking about, Zoe?
I want to say sorry again for what happened a few days ago. I feel awful about the way I argued and ridiculed you for befriending Kay, even when I wouldn't tell you what was really going on. It really wasn't right of me.
Zoe, it's okay. I forgave you a while ago for that. We already talked about this yesterday.
No, Eden. I didn't feel right about how that apology went. I felt like it was all too rushed, and there were too many things going on, and that you had too much on your mind for your forgiveness to seem...
For my forgiveness to seem genuine? Zoe, like I said, I've forgiven you. It's okay. Everything's okay in between us. I can see why you were frustrated with me and angry. I can understand why you said some of the things you...
It still wasn't right of me, Eden. And, in all honesty, I was jealous.
Jealous?
Yes. Eden, I'd like to think I was your first friend in Echo Valley.
I would agree with that. Finn's a close second, though.
Right. And I had no problem with that. I guess I started to feel insecure when school started. I knew you'd be making new acquaintances and starting new friendships, but part of me had hoped that you wouldn't. That our little trio wouldn't change and...
Well, we both know Finn is constantly going in between us and Connor and Leon. Our group is interesting.
I know. But when you started acting friendly towards Kay, something in me snapped. Part of me couldn't understand why you'd want to befriend her of all people. I thought it wasn't fair that you were reaching out to my ex-friend, even if we did fall apart over some stupid squabble.
Like I said yesterday, I'm sorry for lying to you about that project and...
You don't have to be sorry for anything. I seriously had no right telling you who you could and couldn't be friends with. Of course you can be friends with Kay. Sheesh, you could even befriend Petra if you want to. I'd advise against it, but...
I get it, Zoe.
If I'm being honest, Kay did need a friend. I can see that now. And hopefully I can become one again as well.
I noticed you two seem to be getting along all right.
Yeah, she confronted me yesterday as soon as you left, about how she didn't understand why I could move on with you but not with her. And, well, her argument did make sense.
Can I ask, what happened in between you guys?
It was so stupid. 7th grade drama. Basically, her parents were pressuring her to join the decathlon team, and she did. Beforehand, she warned me that she'd be spending a lot of time with them, preparing and studying and stuff. And I said I'd be fine with it. But 13-year-old me began to grow insecure and jealous and, well, kinda like what's been happening over the past few weeks. Even though we still talked every now and then, I still got the stupid idea in my head that she was purposefully pushing me away. Maybe finally deciding that she didn't want to hang out with the ridiculous overachiever.
Zoe, we've been over this. You're not an over...
I know. But back then I didn't. So I let my insecurities drive us apart and started to avoid and ignore her completely. I thought I was wanted, so I became a loner. Back then, Finn and I didn't hang out as much, so...
And you guys just drifted apart.
More than drifted. I let my fears and doubts get the better of me, and became extremely bitter over it all. And because Kay is pretty insecure herself, she didn't try to patch things up. To her, it seemed like I didn't want to be around her either. So she took initiative and did what I did. Didn't go where she thought she wasn't wanted.
Wow.
But, well, like I said, she wants to try again. It was, after all, just us being silly and making false assumptions. And I told her I'd be willing to try. I'm sure things aren't going to be exactly the same, and we're still going to butt heads a lot, but, well, as you said yesterday, I think I can actually accept the fact that it's water under the bridge now.
That's awesome, Zoe. And I'm really proud of you for that. It's not easy swallowing our pride and...
It's taken me 3 years.
But still, you're willing to take the risk and do it.
I mean, you were right, Eden. Kate is a nice girl. She does deserve to have friends and people she can count on and lean on. Especially with parents like hers.
Agreed. Same goes for you too, Zoe. You deserve to have friends you can lean on in situations. I'd like you to know that I trust you. I really do. I mean, you're my best friend.
But, really?
Yeah. I mean, look, you and Finn were the first ones I shared my secret with. You're the one I enjoyed talking and hanging out with the most. And I trust you. Obviously, you're my best friend.
I never thought that, even after everything that I said.
Remember, Zoe, friends forgive. They forgive, forget, and work things out. I may come from an experimentation facility, but even I know that.
Right. That's definitely something I need to keep in mind with Kay. Thanks, Eden. I think of you as my best friend as well.
I'm glad. In all honesty, there's no one else I'd rather face my past with than you guys.
There's no one else I'd rather stand with.
What do you think about all this, Finn?
What?
What do you think about all this stuff with Eden?
Honestly, it's hard to wrap my head around all of it. Her and her mom ran from this scientific organization Eden was experimented on. It's all so crazy.
I know. I kind of feel like it defies all logic, but it's totally possible too.
Are you saying you don't believe her?
What? Of course I believe Eden. I'm just saying that stuff like this, you only read about it in books or see it in movies, not in real life.
That just makes it worse. The fact that Eden went through who knows what.
You care about her?
What do you mean?
As a friend, I mean, I feel like, well, Zoe's the one who dragged you into getting to know Eden. When exactly did you decide that Eden was your friend too?
To be honest, I don't really remember when exactly. At first, yeah, I was hesitant about talking to Eden and getting to know her, but then I don't know. One day I just started paying attention to her and listening to her conversations, and I realized I really did value you as a friend, more than I originally thought.
Isn't that how it always is?
You speak from experience?
Yeah, with Zoe. I didn't realize how much her friendship had meant to me until we had our silly quarrel. But I'm glad things are okay in between us right now.
I am too.
Do you really believe, Eden, in the fact that we're going is dangerous?
I don't know. Do you?
There's a lot of variables in this situation. I think it's safe in saying anything could happen.
Yeah.
We'll just have to hope that things turn out okay. Especially for Eden's sake.
I know, she deserves to know about her past, especially after everything that's happened.
I just spoke to Zoe's mom. In a few minutes, I'm going to be speaking to the other parents.
What did my mom say?
Well, why don't you speak to her yourself?
Mom?
Zoe? Oh, Zoe. Well, for one thing, young lady, you're in big trouble when you get back, and I mean it. But on a good note, I want you to go with Eden and support her. I want you to be there for her in whatever way possible.
Wow, thanks, Mom. I wasn't expecting you to.
Don't get me wrong. Remember what I said about being in trouble when you get home. Also, I want you to be on your best behavior for Mrs. Delairs. After all, she is letting you guys come with her and Eden. Do as she says, follow her lead, and thank her.
Yes, Mom.
I'm going to be talking to your aunt and uncle for Finn. Also Kay's parents. Hopefully they'll understand as much as I do. I really don't want to have to make the Delairs turn around. Anyways, you can give the phone back to Mrs. Delairs. I love you, Zozo.
I love you too, Mom.
Like she said, she's going to be talking to the other parents. And well, hopefully those conversations will go well and pave the way for the one I'll be having with them.
All right. And thank you, Mrs. Delairs.
Yes. Thanks for letting us come along.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. It shouldn't interfere too much with our schedule.
Don't mind my mom. She's really on edge right now.
Gotcha.
And thanks again for coming. Your support really does mean the world to me. I don't know what I'd do without you guys.
I'm just glad I can be a friend and help. But we appreciate you too, Eden. You've done a lot for us, whether you realize it or not.
Helping me overcome myself, helping us find out that Kimberly was the vandal.
Helping you two mend your friendship.
Well, I'll try, is all I'll say. I have no idea what this place is going to be like, what the Scarlet Society is like. I have no idea what awaits me in those halls and rooms. I don't know what memories will resurface.
Sorry, Eden. So sorry.
I'm still kind of scared. I still don't really know how to feel about all of this in my past, how to move forward after all this is done. But at least I have my friends to help me. Zoe, Finn, Kay, they're the best. They really are. I know I can lean on them and I'll be there so they can lean on me as well. I don't know what we'll find. I'll find. But I know that whatever I might face, whether it be dream, nightmare, or a devastating reality, I'll have them by my side. And thanks to them, they make this whole situation a little more bearable.